Let's try this again. All right, so right now we're trying to look up Philippi. Um, it was our assignment was a screen recording for looking up historical background of Philippi and logos. So I have it here. So I am going to go here, and it's already in there because I've been looking it up already. And I am going to search, and it brings up the Epistle of Paul to the Philippians um, under a commentary of the Holy Scriptures. Um, I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go to Tools. Let's try the Atlas and see what I have. Okay. As you can tell, I've already been looking up information previously, and I pull up a map where Paul, Silas, and Timothy traveled from Troas to Philip, Philippi. So we have that there. Let's see what else we have. Let's just close that. Let's go back to tools. Um, I always like to look at Fact Book. So let's go to Fact Book. And then, as you can see, I have Philippi here. It tells me it's a city of East Macedonia, Northeast Greece. The letter to the Philippians was addressed to the church there. Here it gives me a little media. It shows the map that we just saw in the atlas. Here's another map traveled by Paul, Silas, and Timothy from Philippi to Berea. Let's see here. It talks about Paul's missions, Paul's second mission journey, Paul and Philippi. Let's just click that open and see what we get. Okay. Talks again about certain events that happened while Paul was in Philippi. Lydia becomes a believer. Paul casts out some demons. Paul and Silas are in prison. So we get some additional information there. Okay, so that's fact book. Let's go up to tools again, and let's go to history. Okay. And as you can see, certain information comes up. We were already in fact book, um, and we searched the atlas and found the map from Troas to Philippi. Let's see, what is Philippi in Bible word study? Okay, so it comes up here as under topic under the Baker Encyclopedia of the Bible. It says that Philippi was a minor village of, I believe this is pronounced Thrace. It was known in antiquity as the Springs until about 357 BC, when the father of Alexander the Great, Philip II of Macedon, conquered the site and rebuilt it. He gave the village his name, Philip City, fortified it as a military stronghold in subduing the area and exploiting the nearby gold mines. Okay, so gives us a little information there. If we go here, in the New Bible Dictionary, it talks about in the course of the apostolic travels, Paul received in a vision an invitation from a man of Macedonia who implored, come over to Macedonia to help us. So it talks about Paul's travel and some of the events that took place in Philippi. In the Lexham Bible Dictionary, it gives us the Greek pronunciation for Philippi, and I'm not going to try that right now. It talks about it being an important Roman colony, and then it gives us an overview, which I would consider the history about where it was located. So that's good to know. If you go to the Eastern Bible, it gives you a little more information about Philippi. Um, it talks about it being the fountain or the capital of province of Macedonia. It tells you a little bit where it was located. Let's see here. Okay, so that was good. Let's go to Philippi, the Harper's Collins Bible Dictionary. There it gives you the pronunciation of the word. It talks about it's an ancient city in northeastern Greece. It gives us the history of Philippi, or Philippi. Before the 4th century BCE remains obscure, although there are reports of 2 older settlements on or near the site. Let's see. Then it talks about Philip II of Macedonia, who Philippi is named after. So it gives some more history. In the Merriam-Webster's Collegiate Dictionary, it gives us the pronunciation again. And let's see here. It talks about some other words associated with Philippi. So as you can see, the Philippines or Philippians were part of or lived in the ancient town of Philippi. Okay. Let's go here. And what does it say in the Word Bible? Okay, so we just went there. It talks about Caesarea Philippi is a town near Mount Hermon where Peter confessed Jesus to be the Christ, the Son of the living God. If we go back up here to Fact Book, which we were, talks about the church at Philippi, which was a group of believers who resided and gathered in Philippi. We already talked about the atlas, where I showed you the maps. Fact book talks about Paul's missions, his journeys. Down here, let's go to more first. Talks about other events that happened or occurred. Talks about it being referred to as a city. Let me see here. Let's see. Gives us some scripture where we can find this particular Philippi. It says, which is the leading city of the district of Macedonia. It was a Roman colony, and we were staying in the city for some days. Let's see here. Then it talks about some other scriptures. So this covers, I believe, Acts, scriptures from Acts. Okay. Okay, so that's
Polis.
the Greek.
Philippoi.
Philippo. Okay. Philippo. Oh, I like that. Okay. So let's go down here and see if there's anything else. So under our library results, it looks like there's 206 results and 139 articles. Got here. It talks about here, and then it talks about the ruins. Let's click that open and see what that says. Okay, so it gives us a picture of the ruins at Philippi. Let's go down here. Let's go down a little further. All right. Gives us some of the books of the Bible which Philippi could be found. We see some nearby places which would address some of the geography that we may be looking at. It gives us the timeline. Paul visits Philippi. Evacuations of Philippi by France. Philip II of Macedon founds Philippi. Gospel is shared in Philippi. And then there's other readings. I don't mess with Wikipedia too much. So as you can see, there is a wealth of information in regards to our Logos program that can help us research the historical background of any book or any particular topic in the Bible. But this particular assignment was the historical background and the historical background of Philippi, and we saw a little bit of the history. We could locate some geography and also some of its culture.